Hello guys, Labus, and welcome to another video, finally, because it's been quite a long time since the last video, but well, as you can see from my surroundings, unfortunately it's not going to be one out there out in the open, giving you like the lowdown on some interesting place, interesting place for me anyway, but yeah, it's basically a video where I'm going to tell you kind of what's been going on in my life since, I suppose, my last video, and future plans really. Like, will I be coming back to Lithuania? Will there be more Lithuanian content? What kind of content otherwise could we expect to have on this channel? So yeah, plenty to discuss, and yeah, let's dive in. So guys, let's give you like an update over what's been happening over the last few months really. I suppose it's probably more than a few now, because my last video was in November, I believe. So you might have seen like a few community posts on the channel, but overall not really a lot of activity coming from my YouTube channel or the Lost Brit Instagram page. So yeah, maybe you'd been wondering what was going on with me. And anyway, I'm going to tell you about that. So if we go back kind of a long time ago, when I was born, I had a heart problem. I've had a heart problem all my life. And when I was 16, I had open heart surgery to, I suppose, like solve the problem slightly, but it was always going to be a temporary fix, because I had like a tissue valve put in, an aortic tissue valve inserted when I was 16. So found out kind of towards the end of last year that that valve had worn out, which is always the case with tissue valves. They are going to wear out over time. It just means that when you're like a young person, for instance, you have the choice of having like a tissue valve or a mechanical valve. And a tissue valve just means that you can pretty much do everything as normal. You don't need to think about like maybe how much alcohol you drink, or like taking medication basically. So you can just do everything in your normal life. So that's why I chose that when I was 16. And anyway, found out kind of before Christmas time I was going to need an operation pretty quickly to replace that valve. So what was it? I think it was towards the end of January / sort of early February that I was admitted into hospital to have like the operation, which was to change my aortic tissue valve to like a mechanical valve. Okay, so the mechanical valve is like really good because it means you'll never need to have, well, you shouldn't anyway, you shouldn't need to have another operation. However, it does come with some complications. So you have to take a medication called warfarin for the rest of your life, which is like a blood thinner, so your blood won't clot as quickly. But anyway, I was in hospital for waiting for the operation for 5 weeks before, literally just sitting in a hospital bed every day, and finally I got the operation, and actually amazingly, after having open heart surgery, managed to leave the hospital after 1 week, but I was waiting for the operation for 5 weeks. It's just kind of the state of things with the health service at the moment in the UK. So yeah, so after that, it's been a lot of like recuperation, as you can imagine. But now, like, it's almost 6 months after the operation, I think, because we were at the end of July now, and actually my surgery date was the 3rd of March. So yeah, pretty much 6 months. Feeling really good, to be honest. Like, you know, I'm able to exercise now. There are certain things I can't do before because I have to take this warfarin. Like you can't do any like physical activity, for instance. I have to be a bit more careful with my diet as well. So weirdly enough, things like green vegetables can react with warfarin, making it less effective. So you don't need to like necessarily limit. You need to like balance diet, but I have to be more sort of mindful of the things I'm eating and the things I'm putting into my body, as well as the things that I'm doing with myself. Because yeah, physical activity in terms of like contact sports or anything that involves contact, is like pretty much off the limits now. But I'm hoping that when I finally get back to Lithuania, I'll still be able to go for some nice swims in the lakes. So yeah, that's good. But like, it's definitely a good thing. I'm gonna literally play you like a recording of the sound of my heart now, because I think it might be cool for you to hear what a mechanical heart valve actually sounds like. So yeah, so listen to what it sounds like. But yeah, anyway, I hope that sound is quite interesting. It's not a long segment. Yeah, so that's been my life. That's what's happened. Been a major part of my life, really, and has obviously affected a lot of my ability to do things, and really my sort of comfort in actually sharing what I'm getting up to, because it's not a particularly fun thing to just be sat in a hospital bed trying to vlog or blog or chat too much about your life. So yeah, that's why I've been quite quiet for quite a while now. Okay, so moving on then from my medical conditions and what else has been happening over the last few months. Well, I split up with my ex-partner, I guess you'd call her now, about this kind of time when actually I found out I was going to have this open heart surgery. It was kind of like November, December time. So yeah, that's all fine. We're not on like bad terms or anything. There's no like animosity there. Obviously it changes things a little bit with my relationship with Lithuania, because I don't have like such a personal link to Lithuania. However, I do have some really amazing friends in Lithuania, some great people that I know. So it doesn't matter that much to me from that side. I'll definitely be coming back to Lithuania because it's right here in my my good old mechanical ticker. So Lithuania really means a lot to me, and I really want to get back. So yeah, that means that doesn't really change anything. In terms of like, will I be back in Lithuania? When will I be back? Well, I'm hoping to be coming in about a month's time. It'll only be a short trip, so about like 3 days. I did put a post up actually about that I was thinking of coming in September, but the way with like bank holidays working here in the UK, it makes sense for me to try and get out towards the end of August for kind of a 3-day trip. So yeah, and then the plan would be to probably come back in like a few months' time. The main reason for like waiting a little bit is because of again having my heart surgery and having like this mechanical valve. As I previously mentioned, you have to take warfarin, which it stops your blood from clotting, and I have to measure my INR level quite regularly. That wouldn't mean anything to you if you're not from like a medical background or you have, I suppose, like a heart condition as well. It means international normalized ratio. Again, that's not going to mean a lot, but it just means how quickly your blood can clot. So my number needs to be somewhere between 2 and 3. A normal person's number would just be 1. It takes like a normal amount of time for their blood to clot. Mine needs to take 2 to 3 times as long to clot. So you have to get it checked up, and it does take a while for it to become really stabilized, because of you have to mess around with like dosages. It's really, really quite sensitive. So until like I feel that I've actually got that under control and my lifestyle's kind of normal, then I don't really want to go away for like a big trip. But like, yeah, 3 days should be absolutely no problem at the moment. So yeah, hopefully that'll that should happen, and I'm looking forward to getting back and also making some content in Lithuanian as well. So because I haven't done that for a while, and it's something I love doing, learning languages. So yeah, I'd like to make more content about learning Lithuanian and hopefully actually vlogging a bit more in Lithuanian as well. Yeah, so on that note with Lithuania and Lithuanian, that's where things stand. If you follow this channel at all before, you would have seen some vlogs about learning Ukrainian as well. I have actually spent a long time learning Ukrainian since those vlogs, to be honest, and I'm sort of umming and ahhing about making content in Ukrainian to put on here. Just on a side note, I'd like to say like my support is fully with like the people of Ukraine at this time, and hoping that the situation will improve for the amazing Ukrainian people for too long. But yeah, I would like to try and make some content in Ukrainian. I'm just trying to work out whether that sits on this channel or whether it sits better on a different channel, because I have actually made a video in Ukrainian and I set up just a channel just for that. So I'm just umming and ahhing about that at the moment, and whether I should put those videos on here or just on a separate channel. But if you do want to watch that video, I'll put a link below, basically. So yeah, guys, that's about it for like future plans. I think the plan is to get back to Lithuania, doing some vlogs in Lithuanian or about Lithuanian as well, and maybe even thrown in a bit of Ukrainian on this channel. So whilst sort of I do always like to show something, and I know all you've literally seen is a pretty dull background of me talking into the camera today, but I thought it was good to kind of put something up again to say that this is what's been going on. And like on a side note, if anybody ever has like any issues with their heart or something, would like someone to like talk to about those things, I'm no expert on the medical side of things, but I might be able to, I'm always here to basically talk to you. Anybody who needs that support, just drop me a message, basically. And yeah, happy to help. So yeah, guys, looking forward to making more videos. Looking forward to getting back to being a bit more active on this channel. Hopefully growing it with some really interesting content, some better content than ever before, and taking it to new heights, and hopefully giving you some interesting insights into new or different things, particularly in Lithuania, but we'll see about other places as well. So guys, on that note, I'm going to say a couple of words in Ukrainian first to say goodbye. So papa, buvai, and then my good old Ukrainian, Lithuanian farewells of At.by. Yeah, so see you soon.